Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Diki Andrian, NPM 234126061. I am from Accounting Class 23A. Intermediate Financial Accounting course. Here I will explain about cash and cash equivalents. Cash and cash equivalents are company assets in the form of cash for financial instruments that can be immediately converted into cash. Cash and cash equivalents are important for companies because they can be used to pay short-term bills and as reserves for unexpected losses. Cash and cash equivalents are cash in the hands of the treasurer. Receipts and deposit balances in banks which can be used at any time to finance local government activities or short-term investments that are highly liquid and ready to be converted into cash and are free from the risk of significant changes in value. The definition of cash itself is cash and bank deposits that can be used immediately. Meanwhile, cash is finance that can be converted into cash, such as cash, deposits, bank deposits, and checks. The following are the steps for calculating cash and cash equivalents. Look for the current assets section. On the balance sheet, cash and cash equivalents are categorized under the current assets section, which are assets that can be converted into cash within a year or less. Look for this section, usually near the top of the balance sheet. Identify cash and cash equivalents. Look for items on the balance sheet that qualify as cash and cash equivalents. This can include items such as cash, cash in a checking or savings account, and short-term investments, including market funds or government securities. Add up cash and cash equivalents. Once you have determined which items reflect cash and cash equivalents, add them all together to get total cash and cash equivalents. This statistic shows the amount of cash and liquid assets available for immediate use by the company. Here I have found cash and cash balances at PT Adikarya Persero Tbk. The way to calculate the cash ratio is: the cash ratio is equal to cash and cash equivalents divided by short-term liabilities. Here I have an example of calculating the cash ratio at PT Adikarya Persero Tbk in 2023. The way to do this is that we have to look at the financial reports. So, I have downloaded the financial report of PT Adikarya Persero Tbk. The first step is that we look for cash and cash equivalents in the financial statements. Here you can see the cash and cash equivalents, namely 503,731,755,859. Next, we look for short-term liabilities, namely 24,981,176,224,581, if we have already divided the result, namely 0.02. With this result, PT Adikarya Persero Tbk is considered unsafe because its cash ratio is 0.2, especially if the problem is current assets which are easily liquidated, while the safe ratio is 1. Well, maybe that's all I can explain, more or less, and I apologize. I end with wassalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.